Morning. I'd like to start by thanking Mrs. Shepherd and the Morgan Park Board of Trustees for choosing me for this award. I have to say that it was unexpected, and not just because I never expected to find myself on a list of Morgan Park alumni prestigious enough to receive the Richard Duchoswell Award. But also, let's face it, it's been 64 years since I graduated, and a little surprising to be remembered after that long period of time. I knew I left an impression on the faculty while I was here, but I didn't think it was the kind of impression that it would have gotten me invited back. But what an honor. Thank you so much. I truly am humbled. Being recognized by receiving this award is special to me on a deeply personal level, and not just because Morgan Park made such a big difference in my life, which it did, but also because of the special relationship I had with the man the award is named after. 2 years before I started at Morgan Park in 1948, Richard Duchoswell set the gold standard of achievement for a Morgan Park graduate when he returned from 5 European campaigns with 2 Bronze Stars and a Purple Heart. Richard was an inspiration to all of us back then, and I would hope to continue to be an inspiration to graduates as long as there's a Morgan Park Academy. But my relationship with Richard, who I always knew as Dick, actually goes back long before I became a Morgan Park cadet. I got to know Dick when he married Beverly, the lovely daughter of Art and Mildred Thrall. Since before I was born, Art and Mildred had been my parents' best friends. I grew up knowing the Thralls by extension. Dick is a family, and we were also close to Beverly. She was actually babysitting with me the first day I took my steps. I was about 7 or 8 when she and Dick got married. And if I was honest, I might say my first memory of Dick was as the man who stole my favorite babysitter. After returning from the war, Dick joined Art and Beverly's brother, Jerry, in the Thrall family business. In 1952, he became CEO of the Thrall Manufacturing Company in Chicago Heights, and he spent the next 25 years growing it into the second largest producer of railroad cars. Whether you know it or not, he had a hand in the success of all Morgan Park alumni, including myself. I graduated from Morgan Park in 1952 and then moved to Oklahoma, where I settled down, started a family, and created a number of businesses. Coming back to Chicago and being on campus again brings back many good memories. I know there's a lot has changed here, but also I see that it looks very familiar. Over in Hanson Hall, on the second floor left, is the room where I lived my senior year when I was a boarder. When I was here, Morgan Park was, of course, a military academy. We did a lot of military drills, learning to stand in line, salute, march, polish, leather, and brass. Although it wasn't an official school function, I even had to swallow a live goldfish as initiation for a club we used to have here called the Dracos. And let me tell you, swallowing live goldfish is an experience that stays with you. I expect that old military drill work probably sounds pretty awful, to most of everybody today. While a lot of military academy was hard work, I can't say it was awful because I learned a lot about character, leadership, and perseverance. All that self-discipline helped in every part of my academic, military, and professional life. The part that was awful was that there were no girls on campus back then. If we hoped to find a date to take dancing, we had to go down the street to the Loring School for girls. It wasn't quite as bad as it sounds, though, because all the girls were just as lonely as we were. Despite all the changes, or maybe because of them, this is the best time to be a Morgan Park graduate. Congratulations. And you should be proud of what you have achieved and should treasure the friendships you've made. I have built a very successful group of businesses on the value of friendship. So trust me when I tell you this. Friendship is an investment in people, and that is the one of the best investments that you can make. Before I close, there's one more thing I want to say about the thralls, and it's an important part of the message I want to leave with you today. Although I've never known for sure, which should tell you what kind of people the thralls were, but I believe to this day it was Art and Mildred who made it financially possible for me to attend such a fine institution as Morgan Park. By the time I was of age, both their son Jerry and of course their son-in-law Dick had graduated from Morgan Park, so they knew what kind of difference a school like this could make in a person's life. And they made sure I was afforded the opportunity. There's only one reason the thralls would have done that for me: the friendship they shared with my parents. Growing up with the thralls taught me from a young age that developing friendships at every opportunity was one of the most important things I could do. And I mean every opportunity. I made it a point to be as friendly and respectful to the folks who worked behind the cash register, in the kitchen, and in the warehouse as I was to the men and women sitting in the corner offices. If you only give attention to the people you think can do something for you, you are at that particular moment, you miss an opportunity to build a good reputation through your life with people who can help you in ways you'll never know. That's happened to me a couple times where some people in Palos that lived behind us when I was in grade school had moved to Little Rock, and when I got out of the Army, I called that gentleman, and he got me an interview with National Distillers, and that was my first job. And then after that, I met a Indian, Cab Rennick, in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, that was with Phillips Petroleum Company, and he was a gold medal winner along with Jim Thorpe playing basketball. And he's the gentleman that told me that the Budweiser distributorship was in the Bartlesville market and it was for sale. So those two friendships really paid off for me, and that's the reason you need to keep making friends throughout your life. Graduating from Morgan Park gives you a head start in life, but you have to remember that education doesn't do everything more than prepare you for success. It's still up to you to make success happen. In the same way, my friendship with the thralls did not bring me success on a silver platter. Neither in my education was responsible for all my successes. Those early influences were important, that simply didn't hand me success. They inspired me. They helped me realize my own potential making sure I had a plate full of hard work in front of me. When I say hard work, I mean hard work. Sometimes it feels like just living takes hard work, but living successfully requires even harder work. You're growing up at a time when more young people than ever are daring to dream bigger than ever. Unfortunately, you're also living at a time in which some young people are forgetting that big dreams never come true for people who expect their dreams to come to them. You have to go out and build your dreams through sweat, tears, and perseverance. It's always been that way and always will be. Finally, I have 3 words of wisdom I'd like to leave with you. First, finding work that you love is rarely the easiest path. It's worth the extra effort. Secondly, be grateful and show respect to those who will inevitably be there to help you every step of the way. And lastly, but perhaps most importantly, always be a good friend. Thank you all, and the best of luck.